Let's talk about Joseph Biden. This man was honoring the dead and wondering how much longer he had to be there. That's right, when receiving the 13 service members and service members that were coming back into the country on the plane, Joseph Biden had the gall, the disrespect to check the time, wondering how much longer he had to stand there to honor these men and women that gave their lives. I couldn't believe it when I saw it. And then I realized it's Joe Biden we're talking about. I can't believe it. It is absolutely on par for the course for this disrespectful president. Absolutely ridiculous. I'm going to show you this picture of it. But I want to show you guys what the mainstream media is doing. This is from The Atlantic. Now, I don't have this article pulled up because I don't want to read this article. I don't care to read this article. I'm just going to show you the headline, and it's all you need to see. This is from Jack Posobiec, who posted this. It said shameless, and I agree 100%. Biden deserves credit, not blame, for Afghanistan. Americans should feel proud of what the U.S. government and military have accomplished in these past 2 weeks. Excuse me? Excuse me? Arming the Taliban with $85 billion worth of equipment? Stranding American citizens? I'm going to get to that too in a little bit. What are we supposed to feel proud about? Ending the war? Sure. I wanted to end the war. Trump wanted to end the war. They're like, well, what about Trump? Yeah, Trump wanted to end the war. All of us didn't want to be at war. We wanted our troops home. But there was a proper way of doing that, and Biden bungled that in the worst way possible. There's still Americans that are stuck there right now. Now, they're trying to claim that, oh, well, all the Americans that wanted to leave left. Pardon my French, but bullshit. I don't think so. And we're going to get into that in a little bit too. Here is one of the biggest Biden shills there is. Alyssa Milano tweeted, "I'm proud of @POTUS and the incredible job he's doing. He's the right person for the job in this moment of history. Hashtag I stand with Biden." Wow. Wow. This is the picture I was talking about earlier. I snapped it, and I've seen a bunch of these, but I think the one that I took serves it the best. Biden receives bodies. That's right. He's standing there checking his watch because he thinks he has somewhere better to be than to acknowledge and receive the bodies of the servicemen that gave their lives and didn't have to under his watch. Not his watch on his wrist. Him being the president. Him calling the shots. All right? That's your fault, Biden. You killed those servicemen. Okay, yeah, it was a suicide bomber. Sure. But if he had followed the plan, okay? If he had kept control of Kabul. I don't know if you knew this. Oh, this is, here we go. Biden administration could have kept control of Kabul but declined. What's that? He could have kept control of the city? Really? I'm interesting. A new report has showcased precisely how horrific a job Joe Biden did in his withdrawal from Afghanistan. And it is far worse than we could have imagined. The head of the Taliban met with the U.S. leaders before the fall of Kabul and offered to let the United States keep the city and the airport, but the Biden administration declined, saying it only needed the airport and only until August 31st. Really? Oh my goodness. So people were making fun of Trump. Well, he met with the Taliban and, of course, had a plan and had contingencies in place and told them that if you don't do exactly as we say, we're going to drop the hammer on you guys. And Biden had actually spoken to him himself. He spoke with the Taliban. and decided to decline on keeping control of the city. Wow. In a hastily arranged in-person meeting, senior U.S. military leaders in Doha, including McKenzie, the commander of U.S. Central Command, spoke with Abdul Ghani Baradar, head of the Taliban's political wing. Quote, "We have a problem," Baradar said. According to the U.S. official, quote, "We have two options to deal with. You, the United States military, take responsibility for securing Kabul, or you will have to allow us to do it," end quote. Throughout the day, Biden had remained resolute in his decision to withdraw all American troops from Afghanistan. The collapse of the Afghan government hadn't changed his mind. McKenzie, aware of those orders, told Baradar that the U.S. mission was only to evacuate American citizens, Afghan allies, and others at risk. The United States told Baradar needed the airport to do that. On the spot, an understanding was reached, according to the two other U.S. officials. The United States could have the airport until August 31st, but the Taliban would control the city. After that decision, 13 American military members and more than 160 Afghans died in a terrorist attack, and the Taliban took control of the entire nation. The Taliban also obtained billions of dollars in U.S. states military equipment, $85 billion worth of equipment, and seized documents for a hastily evacuated U.S. embassy, an embassy worth $800 million, by the way. Senator Marsha Blackburn said that if the reporting from the Post was accurate, it would mean that the Biden administration was complicit in a terrorist group taking over the nation. Quote, "If the reports are true, the Biden administration willfully gave control of Kabul to the Taliban and have yet again shown their complicity for a terrorist takeover." They could have kept control of the city. They could have kept troops there until all, and I'm saying every single American citizen should have been evacuated before those troops left. But they left in the dead of the night. They left hastily. They even had the option to keep the city, and they chose not to. And now we lost American lives now. And that blood is on Biden's hands. That blood is on your hands if you voted for Biden. Oh, well, no, I didn't do this, just because I voted for it. Yes, you voted for this. This is what you wanted. Look at this. This is from the National File. You can't F up as bad as he did and say you're sorry. This is Gold Star family walks out on the meeting with Biden. This is when he was meeting with the families of the servicemen who died. Where does it say? There's only one person to stay in the meeting with him. The only member of the McCollum family who stayed to talk to Biden was Gianna, Riley's wife, who is expecting a son next month. This is the reason I broke down on Friday. According to the Post, she left disappointed by Biden's scripted and shallow monologue about how his son Beau served in the military and died of brain cancer. He didn't even die. Look, I'm not trying to knock his son. He died. It's a shame he lost his son. But bringing that up, you're making it about you, Biden. This isn't about you. It's about them. You should never speak of your own. Not in this situation. How selfish are you? He doesn't care. He doesn't care about these people. And they said it was scripted and shallow, and all he talked about was himself. How he lost his son. Oh, cool. Yeah, thanks. All right, that doesn't make me feel better. He didn't lose his life in the line of duty. He lost it to brain cancer. Granted, it's terrible. All right, I'm not trying to knock Biden for losing his son. It sucks. I wouldn't wish that on anyone. Okay? But it goes to show you how selfish this man is. He's making it about himself. And it was minutes. He gave him a couple minutes. All right, yeah, it's nap time for Sleepy Joe. He's got to go take a nap. All right, he can't give you any more of his precious time. So disrespectful, this man. Here's Dan Crenshaw. America, you need to know this. Biden is not letting U.S. citizens through the airport gates. It has been impossible to get anyone through for at least or last 24 hours. This administration has been lying about their intent to save Americans. Unforgivable. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but it's Dan Crenshaw, a blue check mark. He's he's a congressman. Is it what Congress or yeah, he's a congressman. I wasn't sure if he was representative or congressman, but former. What did he serve actually? A Navy SEAL. Excuse me. I'm not an expert on all of the Congress members and all that whatnot. But if he's reporting it, it's like, who's to say whether or not that's true? There's all sorts of reports. This is from Emily Miller. She says, she's an outspoken DC insider, journalist, author. She goes, we are dealing with Kabul. There are 7 buses of female American citizens. The CG refused to open the gate, and we have a congressman with us, and he had the State Department reach out. MG Donahue refused. 10 minutes later, the females were taken by the Taliban. They are likely now dead. Now, of course, I cannot confirm if that is true or not, but we even have Glenn Beck going out to help rescue people. The Nazarene Fund was getting people out. It's amazing. These people that were actually going out and doing what the American government should have been doing in the first place. Maybe they should have kept control of Kabul instead of letting the Taliban take it and letting this situation take place. Absolutely despicable. This is from Rob Manis. Last American plane carrying troops has left Afghanistan. It's official. All of our troops are now officially out of Afghanistan. But of course, Americans were left behind enemy lines. I mean, I'm not really surprised. Says the botched withdrawal is over and Americans left behind are on their own. CENTCOM commander Kenneth McKenzie confirmed the last plane was out during a Pentagon press conference at 3:30 Eastern Time today. CENTCOM commander. This man. CENTCOM commander reports, I don't know what happened with this drone strike. Well, I don't know if you heard about this, but there was a drone strike in Kabul yesterday, and it was from America. American forces sent a drone to do what they do best and killed a bunch of children. That's right, they killed a family from a drone strike. I'm trying to find this. Here it is. It's from Bruno Macias. I don't know how to pronounce it. But CENTCOM now says it's unclear what happened with the drone strike. Huh. Interesting. Let's see if there's an update. We are aware of reports of civilian casualties following our strike on a vehicle in Kabul today. We are still assessing the results of this strike, which we know disrupted an imminent ISK threat to the airport. We know that there was substantial and powerful subsequent explosions resulting from the destruction of the vehicle, indicating a large amount of explosive material inside that may have caused additional casualties. It is unclear what may have happened. We are investigating further. Well, it turns out the family that was killed was actually an interpreter that was helping American forces and his family. 6 children were killed in this attack. 6 children. America's back, baby. I'm assuming this is one of the drones that they use. I'm not sure exactly what they used to bomb this. Now, I don't know if you were aware. I did a segment last week about treason. And I also, if you caught that, you'll know that the US government gave the Taliban, I don't want to say a kill list. I'll let you think of it as you will. A list of American citizens, diplomats, allies that were Afghans and that were helping Americans and gave it to them and said, we want these people to come through the gates. Let all these people, we need these people to come through. Oh, cool. Good to know. You know what the Taliban are now doing with those Black Hawk helicopters that we left there? I say we because I helped pay for them. Yeah, I pay taxes. So, hey, did you pay taxes? Do you pay taxes? Oh, right. So you helped pay for them too. Taliban appear to fly U.S. Black Hawk helicopters over Kandahar. It's a very graphic image. I'm sorry if I didn't warn you. That is someone actually hanging from underneath the helicopter. Who it is, we don't know yet. I mean, day one, they shot a woman and killed her for not wearing a burqa. You think these people care about what the United States says, asks for? They're trying to work with the Taliban. Look, the Taliban, they don't like our way of being. They don't like Western society. They think we're everything that's wrong with the world. Why do you think they're going to honor anything? Yeah, okay. Well, that's why when Trump said, "Hey, we're gonna withdraw, and you best do this, or we're gonna drop the hammer," he would have dropped the hammer. All right. So what's Biden do? What does he do? Pulls all the troops out, leaves Americans, snuffs the Americans that actually get killed under his orders. Checks his watch because he's got somewhere better to be. Probably a nap. It was probably a nap because he had to stand there in the wind. He was probably getting tired, if you ask me. I'm sick of this, man. I saw a tweet today. Someone said, I regret my my vote for Biden. Okay. At least you know it's on you. I voted for Trump proudly. I would do it again. I said I'm proud of you for getting there at least. Because that's what we need to do. Hey, good. You see the light. You opened your eyes. You see this nightmare of an administration that is now ruining the world. It is absolutely ridiculous.